for me, she was like alive, desperately alive, because it was the only way that I could truly tell the story that needed to be told. I would ask her out loud for help and guidance, because I felt like she was like an angel watching over the whole thing. I do think she was on site. I think she was there consistently, helping. Even when we thought that things were impossible, somehow they always managed to work out. Um, and I think that's because she's there, and I think she's alive because of the work that she did and the great things that she did for others.
People think that they have an understanding of her, but we don't really have an understanding of her. First of all, we're not thoroughly educated. You know what I mean? I realized when I did the research how much I didn't know about who she was. But also, I think it's important to know what a young woman, could do through just with courage and sheer force of will. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's something we need today. It's so easy for us to look at the world's problems and think of hiding our head in the sand, and to think of somebody who actually by herself just had the will and the courage to accomplish these things, and to really be selfless and think about other people. I think it's an important message for our times. That was one of the things that I learned. What I learned is that integral to the Harriet Tubman story is the spirituality and also her singing, yeah, her voice, and so it became really important to me, key actually. And Cynthia and I talked a lot about, yeah, finding her voice and where her voice was, and yeah, and there were. It's so interesting when you see a really brilliant actor do a role. She's using her, we call it an instrument, right? But what was coming through her was Harriet's voice, and so her singing voice is Cynthia's singing voice is not Harriet's voice, but Cynthia found Harriet's voice, and Harriet's voice could come through her. It was amazing.
I knew that for Harriet, the music was more about communication. Mm-hmm. It was safety. It was a way to alert people, let people know she was there, let people know she was going without bringing danger, So it was a necessity. And so for me, it wasn't really about finding tricks and trills on it. It was about finding the purest sound I could, the most innocent, I guess, of sounds to convey that here's a message, and I want you to hear it. And there are times when I think the worst is when she sings, which ends in I'm sorry to leave you, which is it is that she can't say it to the people, but she can sing it from afar and still send her message to the people that she loves. So it was really about trying to find where her voice lived in me. Like where did I sit it? Where would it be? Where would it come from? And set it apart from mine. Yeah.